Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the Chatterbox podcast. Again, thank you for all the support across the social medias and the Spotify and YouTube channels. Again, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, hit subscribe, give me a wee like on the videos, and again, all feedback is taken on board. Today I'm joined by another market man, one of the best things to come out of BT7, a man that has travelled across the water to play football at a very, very high level to his favourite boyhood club, if I'm right. You tell me, man?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, man who's done a lot and has now came full circle and is now coaching and is doing the same thing I'm doing. So give a very, very warm, happy welcome to Patrick McNally. What's happening, chap?
All good, yeah.
All good?
Thanks very much. A bit too kind, like, but...
How you find coaching?
Oh, I mean, I'm loving it. I suppose I'm a novice, like, I'm 2 months into coaching. 2 months, and then I did a wee period of, like, shadowing, like, experienced coaches, but it was very, very brief, like, it was a week or two, and then it was...
Where were you doing that?
In ECA.
Aye.
So I done my course with them, and then I actually ended up speaking to PJ afterwards doing the course. You would obviously know the lads down there, like, and they says, do you fancy coming in and doing a wee bit for us? That's what I'm working on. Yeah.
Happy days. Hi, kind of, not surreal, like, but doing the course in there, and then when's after a new job, it's not something I hand out fucking lightly, like.
I know, well, that's it. And then, as I say, by no means am I the best coach, like, but I suppose I've worked with people before, and I've worked in that sort of environment. I spent most of my life in, like, a professional environment, if you like, and the older I was getting playing football, must have played football for about 15 years, and sort of the last 5 or 6 years I was in, like, kind of like leadership roles and, like, one of the senior players in the team. So in terms of, like, communicating with people and all, I had experience of that. And usually if you have that, you've got a chance because you can acquire the other skills along the way.
Is that where coaching came from, man?
I did. Well, to be honest, I was always going to go into some sort of football coaching. I still wouldn't rule that out at this stage, like, but I got a bad injury about 3 years ago, mate, and I've done the gym for forever, like, I've never not done the gym, but it was always like it's like your fitness coach or sports analyst going, right, here's your program, go in and do this, and this is what to do. You know, a lot of it was like injury prevention stuff, and basically during the season stuff you're not throwing it about the gym, like, exactly, all explosive stuff, as you know. And then I got that injury and I was in the gym for 16 months, mate. It was a bad injury, like, I didn't play for guts, and nearly I'd ruptured my PCL. So a common injury in football is people obviously rupturing their ACL, and we were playing a game behind closed doors one day, and it was against Ballymena in the Irish League, and do you know the way, obviously our league continued, but everywhere else stopped. So there was no crowd in the stands. So there was no crowd or anything in the stand. And I went for a tackle on Shay McCartan. Shay was a fucking wizard, like, and he was just running for the whole middle of our team, mate. And then I went to tackle him, and my right, if I can remember correctly, my right studs got stuck in the grass, and my, like, other leg just came over it. It's just I've heard a crack in my knee, mate. And then I just knew something wasn't right. It was just nagging me, like, instantly.
Was it sore straight away?
It was horrendous for about 15 seconds, and then I get lifted and stretchered into the ambulance. And then I remember going to my physio, here, I can play on here. The pain's gone. And he was like, sit the fuck down. He goes, are you fuck playing on? He goes, basically that's your body, like, protecting itself. It just went into, like, a big big boss. Well,
do you think that's an ego thing? Just going, I'm sweet, just let me keep going.
I probably a bit, like, I'm hard as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest, couldn't be further from the truth. But anyway, made long story short, that's where, like, cause I was spent so long in the gym, and I knew how much it helped me. Like, my knee's brand new. Like, if you were to judge both my knees now, like, you wouldn't know the difference. Because I plowed myself into the rehab, and I fell in love with doing the gym. I was like, fuck, this is class. This is sweet. I love this, mate. I'm getting some buzz from this, and then I would like to be able to go and help other people.
I see a career in it. Did you ever think about coaching when you were younger, or was it always just football?
Always football. My whole life was football, mate.
Everything.
Like, I didn't have another identity outside of football.
Did you not?
Like, even like, we were both from the market. Like, if I had say I would have went to a local shop or a local bar, it was like, there's football. Here, how's it going at the weekend? It was like, fuck me, like I can do other things too, do you know what I mean?
Aye.
But that's what you're known as. So I was like, oh, I'll give this a go. It was actually, I'd taken a step away from football briefly last season, and then I had like loads of time on a Saturday. I was like, I'm going to fill this time up.
And then
Literally, the couple of weeks after, I booked that course and I went, fuck it, I'm not just going to sit in my home.
give me something to do. I mean, that's kind of similar to me. I had no desire to coach. I was never really an athlete or anything growing up, and then I done an event in sports science for A level, and we took first years for like coaching through all sports that they wasn't done in the school curriculum. So we done like boxing, a bit of MMA, rugby, wheelchair basketball, and something else. And I took the MMA one. I was doing a wee bit of martial arts at the time, and I just took all these kids through like basic self defense and just a wee bit of striking all day. And I was like, that was fucking lethal. I was like, I really enjoyed that. Like, I was sick. I could see myself doing this. I was going to go around the PE teacher route, and I went to St Mary's and done the entry exam or whatever, and failed it because I'm a Mongo. And there was like an interview and a written exam, and I can't remember. I failed one of them. I think I failed the interview, and I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do here? I just finished school, had a place in Liverpool to go and do sports science, got the grades and all for it. And then, let's say about a week before I was meant to go, I just hit them and I was like, I don't even want to go over here. So I was a big drinker at the time, and I was like, I'll go to Liverpool and I'll either end up getting somebody pregnant or dead or an alcoholic, and I'll be home before Christmas, and then I'll be down a fortune. And I was only going because my brother was an academic, and I was like, I'm only going because I don't want to seem like a waste. And my man there were like, if you don't want to go, you don't have to go, but you're going to do something. And then I went and met the sports science, and then I done the ECA course outside of that part time on a Thursday and a Sunday.
I done the same, but it was Tuesday, Saturday.
That's a mine. Mine was a Thursday night and then all day Sunday, and then even in the first 16 weeks or something. Is that
how 16 weeks.
Mine's the exact same, and I think after about the first 4 weeks, I was like, is this kid? I was doing my head. But I was going out on the Saturday and then going into ECA on the Sunday morning at like 9.
Yeah.
And fucking like, I was down, and we were doing like, me and Andrew Lawler talk about this all the time. We done, I think it was the energy systems, and we were racing each other on the roar. Yeah, I was down. I was hanging out in my hole.
Were you out the night before?
Out the night before. I got home at about 3 or 4, and then went in and done the sprints on the row machine. Me and Andrew talking smack like fuck, we were slapping each other. And anytime we ever see each other, we bring that up. And then I kind of had that conversation with myself. I was like, right, if you're gonna do this, stop going in hungover. Stop going out on the Saturday, just start going out on the Friday instead, and then coming in on the Sunday, and then done it. And then I had an interview for a gym. Lenny referred me to a gym, done the interview. Couldn't be more confident coming to an interview. I was telling people that's me. I have this big PT role here for Monday. And then they rang me and they were like, nah, you've no experience, we're not going to take you on. So I was like, fuck, I said fucking fitness industry balls. I was like, I'm not doing this.
You need to be able to take jobs, don't you?
I was like, fuck's sake. And then about a year later, I was still pouring pints in the waterfront. I was like, what am I doing? I was like, I have this fucking qualification people would die for, and it's just going to waste, it's collecting dust. So I contacted a couple of gyms, worked for free for a couple of months, and then left the waterfront, and then we're here now.
And that's how you get into the coaching.
That's how I get into.
It's interesting because people, and it's not just coaching, mate. This is probably sort of across any industry. No matter, obviously, you've loads of friends that are into different things. I'm the same, but like, see if you're not able to like take a few takes to the face and just keep dandering forward, like literally. Forget about it. And you also, if you do get into those industries, one being coaching, like, you can't go into the coaching game and like not expect to fucking have setbacks. You know what I mean? 100%. Because so much of it is reliant on client like adherence.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And not everybody's going to have the same values you have.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And so what I found, like, obviously at the moment, like, mine is like, I'm 2 months in working for ECA, working for like a high performing gym, like with fucking great coaches around me. So I'm actually getting the best of both worlds without having all the added sort of stress of chasing. You're going
to learn a lot from them, with me just being in that environment. Like I've always said, anybody speaks to me about coaching courses or qualifications or anything, it's the first thing I always say. The standard them boys set is second to none. Like, it's not as if like their coaching's good, their social media shit, their programming's good, they're just everything fine tuned. It's a real sweet sense. Usually you'll find people be good in one avenue and then lack a wee
Yeah.
bit somewhere else, mate, they've everything just down to a T. So just being in that environment's fucking priceless experience.
Definitely is. And then it's for me the biggest thing for me is like the details.
Yeah.
And like nailing the small details, because like I'm a big believer in, obviously I've spent most of my life in professional sport, so like if you're fucking about in so many different areas, say for example, well, say football, because that was my word for so long, like if you're fucking about during the week, and listen, I did this in my early 20s too, like don't get me wrong, I was playing the Irish League and I was a funk on a Wednesday night passage, you know what I mean? And then playing like a wanker on a Saturday and going,
why am I playing shit?
why did I play shit? It may have been because I was shit, but I don't know, but it's like, I need to fucking sort this out. But then it's getting those wee small things, right? Okay, if you want to play well at the weekend, then you got to sacrifice it during the week. You know, look after yourself, sleep properly, and eat properly. And have to be honest, there was a wee period where I just, as you said, you were drinking at the time and stuff. I had that wee period.
Oh, I mean, I think that everybody does it. Like,
100%.
I think you think you're invincible. I think you're just like, I'd be sweet. Doesn't that affect me? It
won't affect me. See that there, what you said there, it won't affect me. How often do you think that? Like, I know, but it's happened to loads of other people. It won't happen.
I'll be sweet. I'll be
won't
sweet.
happen to me.
100%.
And do you know what? You do get away with it for a wee while, like.
Oh, what?
But honestly, like, it comes up on you and fucking humbles you eventually.
Yeah, and that's just as you were saying about this finer details, like the difference between like the bottom kind of relegation zone coaches and your top elite coaches. It's not like these big mad differences of knowledge and experience and whatever else. Like, I mean, it's just the really, really good coaches just pay attention to all the wee small things. It's just staying on top of all the wee small things, jabbing away. And if you just master all the tiny details, all the big things fall into place.
Mate, 100%. Have you ever, do you know a guy called Dan Abrahams?
I think so.
Yeah, look him up after this, right? He was actually on the Peter Crouch podcast about 4 weeks ago. And
Crouch's podcast again.
It's unreal. It's so
brilliant.
Good. That and Open Goal's my favourite podcast.
Who's on that?
Cy Furry. They're Glaswegians.
Have I seen that?
Both lads play for Celtic, and then went on to have like that Cy played most of his career in England, but this podcast is fucking superb, man, honestly.
Is it funny?
Like they sell it like live events, like 10,000 people, and that's the SSE in Glasgow. So they went from just having a podcast, it wasn't even video at the start, to just audio, to like selling out stuff, man.
That's a go, isn't it?
But their podcast is unbelievable. I can't remember what I was going to say here. Yes, Dan Abraham. So I remember I was playing for Carrick when I was about it was early 20s, and I had a manager down south, and like I would have always been a deep thinker, mate. So like I would have, like if I had played well, like I would have went, oh happy days, I'd have forgot about it in 10 minutes and like not enjoyed it, and didn't enjoy like my Saturday night and all, like just would have been right on to the next one. See if I had played poorly, mate.
Lost sleep for about a week.
Yeah, honestly, days. So this coach obviously had seen this, that I was doing this, and he was like, here, I've got a book for you to read. And he's like, read a book? What the fuck? I've never read a book before. Do you know what I mean? I left school at 16 like, and moved straight to Glasgow. But he was like, read the book. And I read the book. It was called Soccer Tough. Unbelievable. See those wee things about like controlling what you're in control of, and like nailing the wee small details, and everything else falls into place. So fucking true. And then especially with football, because if you think of it, you're one of 11 players or one of 16. The lads on the bench too. Like, you have no control over the fucking result.
No.
You've no control over the referee's decisions, and it was all these things. But reading, he was referring to it in a football context, but I was thinking of it as in a life context. I was like, this is transferable, like over so many different like professions or whatever you do. Like I'm gonna carry these wee traits with me forever. And it was about small details, nailing the small details. Like, and then eventually the bigger picture falls into place for you, but you're not in control of doing that.
Yeah, big time. It's
but
hard,
if you don't do the smaller stuff, then don't expect the big result. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. It is. I mean, I was actually having this conversation the other day. I'd be very similar. Like, I would dwell on things an awful lot, and like, say even like say this podcast, like I was saying for like a year and a half that I was going to start one. And then as soon as I started the first episode, I looked at everything and went, right, this is wrong. Instead of me going, fuck, how many days I got my first episode done, I immediately go, this could have been better, should have had more views, this could have been better. Do you have the second one? Would have fixed them things in the second one, and then would have went, right, this is wrong, do this instead. And I would, instead of me kind of stopping, smelling the roses a wee bit and going, fuck, you're actually doing alright.
Yeah, pat yourself on the
I
back.
immediately go, right, next one. next one, and then I would be the same. Anything wrong, like even like you said, outside of sport and performance, like just in life at all, like anything goes wrong, I would dwell on it. Or whenever I hit like a milestone that I've been looking forward to for like say like a year, as soon as I hit it, I'm like, right, what are we doing next? Instead of me going, yes, you've done that. It's just immediately like, right, next one. It's hard, mate. It's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, because by right you should take stock and go, do you know what, I tried something that most people wouldn't have the balls to do.
Yeah, literally.
And like throw myself out of my comfort zone. Fucking pat yourself in the back and go, well done.
Nobody ever does that.
No, and they're called, what they're actually called is ants, like automatic negative thoughts. Right? It's just basic human nature, especially for like people that are like, I don't want to use the word high performance, a bit cringy, but like when you're when you're going to fucking
100%.
You know, you're chasing stuff, like you're out doing shit, you want to perform at a good level no matter what you're doing. Like self-criticism is massive, but sometimes it can like
it can be too much.
Overwhelm you, mate.
It's good to have, like, you'd rather be self-critical and think of ways that you need to improve and thinking, I'm a fucking dog's balls and I'm the man. You'd rather be a wee bit more self-critical, but like you said, it can become a wee bit overwhelming to the point that's actually detrimental to your performance.
Totally, because then it just consumes you.
Yeah.
And then you're constantly full of like nervous energy, because you're going, no, I need to fix this, and I need to, like, it was my football career in a fucking nutshell.
Was it?
In a nutshell, like, and I only realised this, I haven't played in a year, right? I'm fully retired yet, like, but I'm on like a mini retirement. I've just got a lot of stuff going on in my life. But like looking back, I was going, like, why the fuck was I so hard on myself? You know what I mean? Like, I used to have to go and like speak to like a dietitian and say I can't eat before games.
The nerve.
Yeah. Mate, this could have been fucking pre-season friendly or an Irish Cup final, right? It doesn't matter. Like, I had the same. I treated every game the same.
Like a final.
Every game was a final. I just couldn't change it. See, 2 minutes into the game, mate, fine, comfortable. Like I was really comfortable in that space. It was a build up. Like, I actually wish sometimes like a 3 o'clock game was fucking 9 o'clock. Back in the day when you were kids, just get up and play. You just can't wait to. But I was building up so much nervous energy, which is fucking getting you racked.
It's energy wasted somewhere, like.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But that's the same. See what you were talking about there when you're criticizing yourself on your podcast, or you're wanting to make things better. They're also the same traits that this is the reason it will work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, therefore it's not the level of professional sports, but me and Ellie talk about it all the time. Like, even you'll probably relate to this too. When I have new clients in, or even the like says here, when I'm starting one, I'll be nervous as fuck in the lead up to it. Nervous and thinking about every possible scenario that can go wrong, and then see a second it's done, I'm like, what were you panicking for? What were you panicking for? Like, and the amount of times, say I've a new client or something next week, I'll be like, right, I wonder, will we have anything to talk about, or what am I going to do, what are we going to say, and what if they don't agree with what I'm putting out or whatever. And I'll be like, right, last time you had somebody new in, you had the same conversation, you're alright, don't stress out. And I'll still continue to stress out, and in the second they come in the door, we do our first session, and they go out the door, I'm like, what were you panicking for?
I know, everything's sweet.
What were you panicking for? You've been doing this 5 years and you still panic about people coming in the door.
Yeah, there you go. Again, does that not give you an indication that won't change? That's who you
never goes anywhere.
No.
Never goes anywhere.
Yes, it's a bit of a melt, but it's also the thing that will drive you, and it's the reason you're doing so well.
Yeah. Where do you think that comes from?
I don't know, mate. I was thinking about this recently, right? So like, I do have fucking like a weird drive in me, which sometimes I wish I actually didn't do. Like when I'm sitting by myself and I'm chilling, I'm like, shit, I need to be doing something.
Same.
Like I need to fill this time.
I would almost say it's like a mild kind of ADHD. I cannot sit.
You actually could be right.
100%. My mate tortured me. We went to Tenerife last year as a family, and they were all sitting sunbathing, and I was standing. We were doing water polo in the pool, and I was in there. Then I was I met some English fella at the bar, and I was playing pool with him. They had played ping pong with him. Then they were doing something else at the pool, and my mate was me. You fucking sit down and relax. And me lying sunbathing isn't relaxing to me. Because I'll lie here, and I'll stare at this guy and go, I could be doing social media posts. I could be doing something. I should be doing something more productive. And there's no off button. Whereas if I have something that mentally occupy me, I'm sweet. But I just lie here, and like, I'll argue with myself. I'll be like, right, you need time to recover and switch off. Then when I switch off, my mind goes a million miles an hour. Then I'll feel guilty about being unproductive. Then I'll be burnt out, and then think I need time to switch off. And it's a vicious cycle of trying to find that balance between I need time to switch off and then I need to be productive at the same time. It's trying to find that wee sweet spot in the middle.
100%.
And it does my head in.
Yeah, and it's finding that, and that's so fucking hard. Like, you're either so far this way or so far this way, but like, it's always about like trying to like hit, as you say, like hitting that wee balance in the middle, which is fucking. Honestly, see, as you were saying that, we were in Mexico last year, so me and her just we kind of knew that we were gonna like we were saving up to buy a house, and like I was approaching 30, and it was like we're probably gonna have kids soon as well. Like, do you know what I mean? Without really planning it, we're just like it probably will happen. So we'll go away and relax for a couple of weeks. But even there on holiday, like I had my off season program, and I was in the gym battering myself in the morning, getting up. She was still sleeping. I was going to the gym the whole hotel, battering myself, getting up, because then that was in my head. I was going, I guess again, this is like I was spending a fortune on a lovely holiday. She was on the beach. I should have been out on the beach and killing myself. But again, I don't get me wrong. There's a part of me that loves that too. But it's like, I don't know. It's just being really fucking hard on yourself.
Yeah, it is. I've always said it. I'm my own worst critic by far. I mean, even the other day I was training in the gym, and I had an Arsenal training vest on, and one of the other coaches says to me, "Fuck, you look sweet. You look fuller. You look bigger." And immediately I just deflect and go, nah, could be something else, could be it. And I'm just like, stop being a weirdo and just take the compliment.
Take the compliment.
Just say thanks. Stop being, and see, if somebody says to me, oh, you're looking bigger, I go, oh, this t-shirt's too small. I'm just like, fucking just say thanks, you fucking awkward cunt.
I know, listen, I get that. And like, you train flat out. I train a lot too, like, not recently, obviously, because my life's took a bit of a turn, like, with a newborn in the house, mate.
Congrats, bro.
Trying to sleep, thank you, mate. But it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened to me. But
how's that tough?
Tough, but like not like tough in the sense that like, oh, I can't do this. Like, this is unbelievable. Like, but
it's just all new, isn't it?
It's one of the things that you can't prepare yourself
Yeah.
for. So I went from like training like 6 days a week, like consistently, for all year round, to now being able to, like, when I'm coaching, like, sneak in a wee session for myself, like here and there, like, do you know what I mean, a wee conditioning session or something. But the same was, you would have been training forever and you would have been like, you just haven't gone, fucking skinny cunt.
That's me, mate.
Do you know what I mean?
That's me.
But then, do you ever see, have you had seen a photo of yourself training or playing football or doing something? We done like a high rocks sin a while back, and like there was photos of me on it. I was like, fuck, I'm decent. You know,
how sweet here, like.
But like every time that's not the guy I look at.
No, you don't see that in the mirror.
Is that camera picking someone else up?
It's so strange, mate. And it seems to be across the board. Like, I think a lot of coaches are very self-critical, and like, I don't know, it's weird. Like, again, I'll see photos of myself that somebody else has took, or you see yourself in the background or something, and you go, I look alright there. But see, if I go in and stand after the gym and look in the mirror, I'll go, nah. And then I'll go through phases of, like, I'm naturally very skinny, and not to say I'm fucking massive now, but like, I go through phases of bumping the calories up, trying to fill out a wee bit and get the strength numbers up, and I'll look at myself at that stage. Now the goal here is for me to get bigger, and I'll look at myself in the mirror and go, you're carrying a wee bit too much timber. And I'll look back photos of me super lean and go, that's what you should look like. Then when I'm training for like a holiday this summer and I trim my way down and I'm lean as the goal, what the goal was, I'll look back, I'll look at myself, and I'll look, the sleeves of my t-shirt will be a wee bit bigger, and I'll go, you're skinny cunt. Like, there's literally no in between.
I know.
Like, you can never be happy.
But there's a lesson in that, mate, because does that not tell you just, is that not pure evidence to just, no matter what you're doing, just fucking enjoy the process, smile through it, because no matter what you see, as you said there, like, you're in a bulking phase and you get in this stage where you're like, fuck, you're probably looking jacked, mate. But like, you're looking at a photo going, nah, I should like the way I was like 6 months ago, you know what I mean? So you're never going to be happy. Do you know what I mean? So just literally, I think was it Tyson Fury's documentary he was talking about this, where he was like, his whole being was just towards being the world champion. Then he got the belt, and within 20 minutes, like, it was something, it was an empty feeling within him.
Mate, 100%.
So that doesn't leave you. So like, I try to just fucking, I'm the exact same way, but I try my best just to enjoy the process of things. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you're so tense, you're not performing at your best.
No.
You may think you are, mate, but that's holding you back. And then there's
Yeah.
also a fear of failing,
Mhm.
which is like so common. And like for me, not enough like coaches, athletes, like people working within that fitness space talk about it. Like, because obviously they don't want to
Nobody wants to
come
be
across as
vulnerable.
vulnerable. Exactly,
No.
exactly it. But it's like, are you doing that to win? Are you doing that not to lose? Or like, are you just so scared of failing? Because that was me, like feeling like, and sometimes it was even till like external validation. It was like you were doing things because, like, oh, but they'll say this and they'll say that about me. And
For other people.
Like, and it only took me to get to my late 20s. Now I'm 39, like, but it was like, who gives a fuck? Do you know what I mean? Because none of those people that you could potentially be thinking about in those moments are the ones fucking grafting away with you, putting the hours in the gym, putting the hours in the coaching, creating social media content, in your case, setting a podcast up. Mate, they'll come and pat you in the back when it goes well, but that's exactly what it is.
Nobody's there when the shit hits the fan.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
That's the thing with us here too. Like I'll do an episode and say I'll get like 100 views, and then I'll be like, I'll aspire to say hit like 100 views, and then soon it's like let's what you're saying about Tyson Fury. The second I hit 100, I'll be like, right, mum, I hit 200, and that's like you said, enjoying the process. You could always get more views, you could always make more money, you could always be stronger, you could always be leaner. There's always a forever moving finish line, and if your sole focus is to get that finish line, you're never going to be happy. Never.
You're chasing something that you're never going to get.
You're never going to catch, literally.
Because guess what? You keep moving the fucking goalposts.
Literally,
you know
you keep moving. As closer you get that finish line, the further it gets away.
Yeah.
And like, it's just that's the kind of mentality I've had a lot lately. I'm kind of like, right, there's a common goal here. You're working towards something, but don't aspire to only get gratification when you hit that finish line. Enjoy the process. Enjoy all the bumps on the road. Enjoy all the failures, all the hurdles, all the trip ups along the way, and let's see, like you say, I mean, just fucking enjoy the process. Stop taking everything so serious and just go and see what happens.
Mate, fucking facts. And this is not just us talking about being coaches.
It's nothing to do with coaching and fitness.
Like, this is just
a life, mate. Like,
yeah.
there's always be somebody bigger, somebody funnier, somebody with more money, somebody more successful. And if you're constantly chasing lemons or chasing that finish line, it's not. You're never gonna get anywhere.
Never. And and also you'll never be happy with yourself.
No.
Like, I used to have to be honest, mate, like, and I'm sure we're all the same. Like, me and you come from the same area, right? Like I fucking love growing up in the market. Like, fucking incredible. Loved it. And it definitely shaped you to be the person that you are now.
100%.
But what I was going to say was, I lost my train of thought talking about the market. I just started thinking about childhood and all that was. Yeah, so I used to like look at things like from like a monetary value, like going, fucking, I need to have I was driving a 1 Series like Sport when I was 20. Do you know what I mean?
Wait, wasn't it?
I
remember you flying.
I had a white one, and then I got the M Sport blue one about a year or two later. But it was like, fuck, I need to get a 5 Series. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I need this. It's like, and I was always chasing things that like would have cost a lot of money. Then that's how I like viewed success. And then when I got to like mid to late 20s, I was like, that's not fucking success at all. Like, success for me now is like, what's what I'm doing. Like, I've just bought a property, like have a wee baby, like have an amazing life, really, really, like honestly, like getting to see your wee child and the house that you've worked so hard for.
What is your child now?
Mitchie was born. She's only 9 weeks. She came 8 weeks early. So
I always panic.
I know.
I panic every time somebody's on and go, fuck, will we be able to fill an hour and a half or an hour, maybe just over an hour, and then Mitchie sitting, like I used to, obviously Joe Rogan would be the big one. He does podcasts for like 3 hours and all, and I'm like, I couldn't sit and talk with somebody for 3 hours, and then I do this and made an hour and a half.
It's done like that.
Literally.
Especially when you're just shooting the shit, like.
Mate, I never really have an agenda. I always kind of have a general thing to revert back to if we run into things to say, but very rarely I've had to revert back to it. There's been very few. Basically, none springs to mind of me sitting here with a guest and going, oh fuck, what do we have to talk about now? Like, it literally just. just
I
flows.
know.
I'd say coaching's a big part of that too. Like I talk to Johnny Logue all the time, and any of my friends that are barbers or people that work with people, the hardest and most draining part of my job is talking all day. I mean, it's
High energy, isn't it?
it's high energy, and it's the hardest part about it is like you're going to reciprocate the energy that's put in front of you. So if somebody comes into me and they're buzzing, they're going and we're laughing and slagging and all, then I'm going to reciprocate that, and we're going to bounce off each other. Then the next person might come in, might just be finished the night shift, they're tired, they might have sipping on outside the gym, then they start talking and it takes a wee bit more of a slower negative tone. Then that's infectious, I'm gonna come back down again. The next person comes in again is one of my mates, then we're up and slagging, and mate, you're just up and down and up and down and up and down. It's tough, man.
It is.
It's tough.
It's hard. Like it's. I've noticed this recently. There's been some nights where, because the baby's so young, she doesn't really have a wee routine or anything. So you've planned your day, like, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've planned your night. I'm going to bed early. I'm up at 4. I'm coaching at 6 or whatever. And next thing is 2 in the morning, mate. You still haven't got to sleep.
I know.
You still haven't even got her down yet. And you're going, I'm up in 2 hours.
I know.
And
It's awful.
like, there's like my 6 a.m. class is 10 people. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's sold out.
Aye.
How the fuck am I doing this?
Yeah.
But you do it.
Yeah.
You go in. So I get in and just like going fucking like just bringing some energy, like just forget the fact that you got no sleep last night, and then you're fucking buzzing. You're drinking coffee.
Oh man.
But come like maybe come after that shift and you're on your way home. Oh
It's
my
crash.
god! Talk about a crash.
Crash, man. People say me all the time. My dad tortures me. Says all I do in the gym is sleep. We have a wee sofa. We used to have a wee sofa in the gym under the stairs behind our reception. And say I had like a 6 or 7 and an 8, and then I was free from like 9 to 10 for an hour. I would have my breakfast. If I had it, I would just go. Set a half an hour's timer and go to sleep in the middle of the gym. And people just go to me, "How do you sleep in the gym?" I'm like, I'm up at 5 o'clock every morning. This is before I had the car and all too. I'm walking over to that gym in the license rain at 5:30 in the morning. I maybe got about 4 hours sleep because I was working the 8 or 9 last night. I was like, I'm fucking tired. When you're with people, you're fine because you're bouncing off the energy. But as I see that second, I stop and shut down, and especially sit down, it's literally like somebody pulls a plug out of you. Your whole body just goes.
Doesn't it?
And I'm like,
Social clock down.
just done it. And I'm like, I need to recharge the batteries for this next person who's in here. And a wee half an hour kit brings me around. And I was never a coffee drinker. When I used to work on the waterfront, I used to make coffee like fuck. And the smell used to be coffee granules under my fingernails. And I used to go, this is fucking stinking. I don't know how anyone drinks this, and I'll never drink coffee in my life. Yeah, I drink coffee every day.
Did you ever, when you were kids, who drank coffee?
Nobody.
But it was only adults, never any of your mates.
Nope.
You never drank it. It was always like your teachers and all.
Aye.
Did you ever see like there was always people who was in like fucking stressful jobs?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I was always drinking coffee.
You become an adult like, and then it's fucking life stressful, and you're like,
Literally.
I need a caffeine.
You plan your day around how to get coffee or not.
Big time. And then you struggle to do without it. I never ever done it. Even playing football, I never drank caffeine at all.
Did you?
Nah. So when I got to like into my 20s and I was working away, I was like, I need this.
Oh, I need
Do you know what I mean? We were working shifts. And
What would your pre-match meal have been?
my pre-match meal was, I tended to, so remember I said earlier on, I struggled to eat on the actual game day, and I don't know whether it was just my stomach going nuts because I couldn't wait to get out and play, or so I would have had on the Friday night like a spaghetti bolognese,
Aye.
but like the plate was fucking
That's it.
alright.
Big high carb meal gets you going.
And a full like king of garlic bread for myself.
Would you get much like advice or recommendation for stuff like that from the club?
Depending on, yes, so I mean, there was clubs that I played for that were brilliant on things like that, like in sports science, but there was also clubs that I played for that was fucking non-existent.
Absolutely.
Yes, I had a good understanding of it because I worked with a dietitian when I was 17 and 18.
Did you?
So like right at the start, I was lucky enough there was a fucking massive club that had all these resources, and like I had a dietitian because I struggled with my weight. I think I lost about a stone my first pre-season.
Did you?
Just by pure lack of nutrition.
Did you?
Do you know what I mean? And I learned loads in because it's like you can't keep training to this standard and expect to just continue like maintaining your muscle mass and like your fitness levels and all without breaking down. So I obviously did break down, got injuries and got sick. So anyway, long story short, working with a dietitian, so I got a lot of like knowledge early on. So I kind of knew how to fuel myself, mate.
Yeah.
And then on the match day, it's not so important that you go on the match day.
It's the night before.
It's the night before
Big
you're
fuel,
going to
yeah.
put all the energy in your body, and would have had a bit of scrambled egg and toast, mate.
Just something small.
Like literally one.
What about post match? What would you have been? Anything.
For honestly, but again, that's the best time to like get all like restore all your fat stores. Like so, it was pizzas, Chineses,
Just
like and to be honest, like there would have been pizzas in the dressing room all the time. Anyway.
Was there?
Aye. And then for about 7 years, I would say, like it would have been a big takeaway, and then into Cali Cellars and 10 pints.
Really fun. Touched on it a wee bit earlier. What was it like being a footballer growing up in the markets? So like primary school, you always footballer, non-primary school.
Primary school, we would have went to the same primary school.
Oh,
Smallies.
nice.
What year were you born?
2000.
2000. Oh yeah.
24.
Aye, fuck guys, you would have been a bit behind me then.
Aye.
So yeah, obviously went to small leagues, played football, but at this stage, I would have been playing for like a team in West Belfast. See, no way. There was Albion started in Ralta.
Yeah.
So whenever I started playing football, there was no football teams in the market.
Marketing, no.
Nah, so I think the first team I played for was the Mac, no West Belfast. My granny was from up there.
All the good players always played for the Mark.
So like we played up there. I played there for a couple of years and then went and played for North Belfast in Cliftonville. I never ever played for a market team. Still haven't. Like I have to go and play a few games for Real.
I have to. It's
I mean just to like,
tick it
I
off.
want to be able to represent my community. Like, do you know what I mean? I've never done that. But yeah, so played there. And mate, what was your question?
Just what was it like growing up playing football?
Were you playing football in primary school? Playing football, boxing.
Did you box?
Went to boxing St George's for a couple of years probably.
Did you? Did you fight in St George's?
I mate used to go to those wee tournaments with
Did
the
you?
West Belfast.
Lethal.
And then played Gaelic, played hurling.
Just an athlete growing up.
Done karate. Like
did you? Everything?
Like just was into everything. Like.
Were you tall in primary school?
I was always tall, like
class.
yeah. And then just so that all stands in good stead. Probably that's what got me.
Yeah.
Probably where I needed to go in football.
And the
Just
sport.
was always in the sport in general. Like I mean,
Did you go from the Mac to Cliftonville?
No, went to North Belfast. So I was a team in New Lodge. And
That's
then
all.
that's what you call them, North Belfast. You know? So no way. Obviously, St Pat's would be the well-known one there.
Yeah.
North Belfast would have been really serious team. Like they had some good players, like, and then obviously I went to from there. I got invited to go to America with Cliftonville to play in the USA Cup.
Did you?
And
What was that like?
it's sick.
Was it?
What an experience. So I would have been 13 or 14. It was probably one of the last times I went away playing football, and it was just pure enjoyment. Like no pressure.
Just like a big trip.
No pressure whatsoever. I think we played there for 2 weeks. We all kind of broke up. The whole squad kind of got broke up. Like it was brilliant. Like the way Cliftonville organised that was incredible. They broke us off, so I would say it was 3 of us and like his family, staying with the family for the couple of weeks, and we ended up staying with a family that like had like fucking house beside the lake, mate. Had like swimming pool, had a boat.
Like something you'd seen fella.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we stayed down in the basement. They had like, do you ever used to watch MTV Cribs back in the day? Their fucking gaff was like 1 AM.
Something cribs.
So we played there and made just brilliant crack. I remember Samuel Eto'o used to play for Barcelona. Like it was sponsored by Puma. He opened the tournament and all. It was my first like sort of like one. Unbelievable. This is where football could probably take you if you stuck at it, and then just really enjoyed it. Done really well, and I scored about 7 goals from corners, mate, just because of the big giant fat head. I just stick my head and everything. And then Cliftonville wanted to sign me after that, and then I went and signed for Cliftonville.
Lethal. How long did you play for Cliftonville for?
Before probably about 3 years. When I was a kid, so I signed for their academy then, and then played probably under 15, 16s, and then when I was 16 I was kind of playing for the under 19s, and then I played a few games for reserves when I was 15. So I was moving up quick, so and it was probably just because of the size and they would throw me into those games. I probably was nothing to do with my ability. So and then played there, got some great experiences. I actually don't know if my memory's playing tricks on me here, but I got some minutes for the first team as well when I was 15. Played in the Satanta Cup, so that was like
Play for the first team when you were 15.
so like do you know like a north and south like a full Ireland Cup, like Santa Cup. And we played in that there. Like they give loads of kids opportunities, so it wasn't like I was in competing with the first team. Like they just give loads of kids a game, like, and I could come on and play right back. And Tommy Breslin was the assistant manager then, because Eddie Patterson was the manager. And then I'd already signed like a pre-contract at Celtic and stuff at that stage. It was already signed to go across, but I was still in school, so I didn't go. But yeah, I would have been in Cliftonville for about 3 years, and then
over to Celtic.
No, so from Cliftonville, then we would have played in like at the time it was called the County Excellence Programme. It's like the JE Academy now, so it's like an Northern like academy. Would have played there for County Antrim, and then you go and play against all the other 6 counties in the north, and then they pick, so say there's 90 odd players and they pick like 28 out of that, and then you go and play international football. Does that make sense? So we trained there for a couple of years, and then eventually that breaks off into just one team.
What do you represent Northern Ireland?
Yeah, and then obviously me and a couple of my Cliftonville teammates were lucky enough to be in that 28-man squad when it was cut down after a couple of years. And then from there I was back at first club I went over the experience across the water was Man United. I went over there, and then I went to Hull, went to Leicester for a bit, the Cardiff, Stoke.
What did you do? Just a wee bit of training with all these teams?
Yeah, so going to United first helped me massively, mate, because obviously when they're fucking United's having a look at them, we'll have a look at them type thing. So I got to experience loads of different different clubs. Probably going to United first as well, like also like it's right up here standards. Yeah, you're going to Carrington, and then like you're going away to like different smaller clubs. They're still huge clubs, like, but like they don't have the resources and all, but in terms of like an experience, it was unbelievable.
What was it like going over to United, man?
Oh, I was shit scared, mate. I was 14. I flew by myself.
Did you shake it?
Actually, was it the United scout at the time? Came over with me, and he came over and said, stay for whatever it was, 4 days the first night, and then played an academy game against Blackburn, and I was 14. The game was like under 18s. Talk about a fucking humbling.
Was it? Were they all massive?
Oh,
I suppose they're 17-year-olds. Like.
Yeah, we're all men. Like, I had a word compared to me. I was honestly built like a 7'5" and like no strength, like barely any positional awareness. I was just throwing myself into everything. Boys were just like rolling me and fucking. It was a humbling experience. I came home saying to my dad, "Nah, I'm fucking miles off it. I'm miles off it." And so obviously I was quite hard on myself. So I thought I was never going to be good enough to make it. Yeah. But obviously I spent a couple of days like in the depths after that game, and then but they offered me back over, so I must have done okay. That's like probably I was just probably being a bit too hard. Yeah. And then the day before I was meant to go back over, I was training in Northern Ireland and done my groin and didn't get back over. They had obviously they had a player who was in the same age group as me over there anyway, and in reality like. He was better than me. Was he? He was fucking super.
Do you know where he ended up?
He's playing the Irish League now, Luke McCulloch. So he would have been at Man United at the same time. He was at the Glens last year. He's a Carrick now, but like he was top. Like
good player.
He was fucking superb, mate. So like I know if I had to come down between us two, who would have signed? We were signing him all day. He was superb. Like, but then I got opportunities at other clubs. I went to Leicester, Cardiff, Stoke, Hull.
All over England. Yeah,
all them different teams, and I was right and close with Hull. I was back and forth for about 7 times. Like,
what was that like? Is it 14-year-old like travelling all over fucking?
I'm mad, because you are travelling by yourself. Like now, when you go over, you don't stay by yourself. You're too young. They put you in the family. Brilliant experience. Again, just stands you growing up. Here's where like growing up in the market like stands by you. Right, you're going over at 14. You're getting flung in the dressing room with 24 English kids, right? They're all just looking going, who the fuck's this Irish cunt? Do you know what I mean?
You're just big like
but because I grew up, like, if you don't have thick
skin,
you're
going to be over.
Do you know what I mean? So like, once you show a bit of personality and a bit of, like, when they find out you have a bit about you, like, they're going to test you at the start. Because like, it's a group of 14-year-olds. Of course it is, they're all fucking, I see you're shaking them, but as I say, growing up in working class community, like, and just like having a bit about you.
Just shapes you big time, man.
It does, alright, and that helped me massively.
Yeah.
So I was actually going to sign for Hull. Loved it. Fucking loved Hull, mate. Played in a couple of tournaments and all for them, and went over like in the Easter breaks and spent 2 weeks and spent 2 weeks in somewhere, and then they were the first club to offer me a contract. But it was actually, I was going to sign for them, and I was playing a game in Slovakia for Northern Ireland under 17s, and the Celtic head of youth was at the game because one of the lads playing for us was at Celtic, Paul George, and he was in the stand watching Georgie, but I had played and withdrew. I think withdrew with Slovakia or something. But I obviously I'd done okay in that game, and after he was like, who was the centre half and blah blah blah, and then they contacted Glenville and says, can we have him over for a look at him?
Yeah.
So I went over and we played Hibs, and I done rightly, and they offered me back about 5 times, and then they weren't offering many, and then it says, right, okay, we're really really keen on him, but we'll bring him over, probably just wanted another look at me, bring him over, we're playing Rangers at Murrayfield or Murray Park, that's our training ground, and we'll see what he's like, because that'll be the biggest test.
Yeah. Do
you know what I mean? So me and my dad went over to Glasgow and we played Rangers, and I done okay, and they offered me a contract after.
What was that like growing up supporting Celtic to get into play against Rangers?
Oh, I mean, that was sick. Like,
what age were you, about 14, 15 still?
At this stage, it would have been 15, 16. No, I moved over when I was 16. It would have been 15 at this stage.
It's mad, isn't it?
Well, like even though it was only you're only kids, like, but it's a big deal to you then. So it is.
And Celtic versus Rangers.
And like when you're going from playing football on the school pitch to doing that, it was class. Like, it was unreal. To be honest, like Rangers were good, but they were probably no better than the Hibs and all. Like a lot of academies would have been.
Yeah, we be lower level in Celtic.
At that time, I thought so. Anyway, maybe I'm just being a bit biased, but.
And then they offered you from that match.
Yeah, they offered me a contract after that.
Aye.
The way it works in Scotland, they give you a full pro. When you go over to England, you sign a scholarship first. It's not like you just go in. I don't know the structure in Scotland. You just sign a pro contract right away immediately.
And was that about 16?
Moved over when I was 16. Yeah. So left school in 5th year.
Where did you go, St George?
No, I went to Hazelwood.
Hazelwood? What was the crack? A load of consumer markets going to Hazelwood.
I know, loads.
There was a wee clique of people went to Hazelwood years ago.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Just
didn't want to go to St George.
Probably. All my mates were all headers.
That's literally get you away from all that.
I remember falling out with her. She wouldn't let me go. But it ended up just, you do full circle. I loved Hazelwood. It was an integrated school, so like it was different. You were opening up your
integrated Catholic Protestant. Was it?
I must not a big deal now, but back then it was 2 schools. It was at Lagan.
Yeah.
It was my sister ended up going there.
But without social media, none of them really got a exposure to people, say, from your side of the fence, if you will. Like, you thought these were this completely different species. Like, do you ever see that one? It's like a youth thing, and your wee man, they go to your wee man, do you know who Margaret Thatcher is? And he goes, nah, don't know who he is. Did you ever see that?
It was this YouTuber one. I was watching it last night, and he came over, but he was an English guy, and he was coming over. It was around about the 12th of July, and he was like doing a tour around like all different communities. So like, did you see that?
Seen that?
And he said to one of the kids, here, what do you think of Catholics or Fenians? And your mom was like, it was, how would I be able to tell if I'm in a Catholic area? Like, how would I be able to tell what's a Catholic and what's a Protestant? And he goes, do you ever see them tags? They're scruffy as fuck, so they are. So you'll know right away they're fucking scruffy as fuck. And he's like, could you ever be mates with one? And he goes, fucking hate them.
Isn't that mad?
Mate, this was what, in July?
That's
what the fuck?
Mental, mate.
But then that's not that kid's fault.
No,
do you know what I mean?
Bred indie, like, and it's just like he believes every word of it. And
that's unbelievable.
It's mad.
The fact that he thinks he's different from someone that lives 2 seconds from him.
They're two. It's the funniest thing about it is, it's 2 branches of the same religion. It's all Christianity. One's Protestant, one's Catholic, and people believe that they're 2 completely different species. And I'm like, you're under the same umbrella. You do the exact same thing, just 2 different streets. And it's mad too. Like, I was the same growing up. Like, I was never a sectarian kid growing up. It was never something in my household. But in my head, it was like, do you ever watch The Lion King? What do you call?
I was watching the other night with a child. Unreal.
What do you call the son?
Simba?
I think Simba. I was like Simba, and I was like looking like the elephant graveyard. And that's like Protestant Irish. I'm like, what is that? Like, who are all these? Like it's this completely different world. And then now I work in the middle of Newton Ards Road, and I walk up and down Newton Ards Road with a t-shirt on that says Column on it, and never an issue. I think I'm working. I've been in the yard 3 years here in a couple of weeks. I made never once have I ever had an issue to do with being a Catholic or Protestant or nothing. Mate. And even when I was a kid and I used to run about the Strand, some of my mates used to run down on the bottom of Bracey Street to Pit Park and then run back down. You know, like Nemo when they run up the fancy boat. I used to be standing going, fuck, I ain't fucking run down there, I get fucking killed. And then I work there now. I walk up and down that road, like I walk up and down my street. 100%. And it's just mate, like it's just mad to think like when you're a kid how different everything is, and like some of my mates obviously would have said like sectarian shit growing up, but like in hindsight and like you don't even know what that means. Like you have that's just regurgitated information that you've learnt and heard 100%. Somewhere else.
You'd love to go in and go like see all our opinion. It's obviously it's just kids in general. It's not a kid from Sandy Row or a kid from the New Lodge or the Market. Like they're all like it's all the same. They're just different messaging.
Yeah, literally.
You love just going to go why?
I know.
Why is that? How is that? Like what does that mean? They won't know because they're just like it's monkey see, monkey do.
Literally, man. Isn't it? It's all learned behaviour. Look, you don't pick that up anymore.
No, so like going to an integrated school, mate, was unreal.
It's exposure you never would have got to, and that's why like I went to St Malachy's secondary school. I went to grammar school up near Antrim Road, and it was all boys. Like, but even that, me not going to St Joe's, because if I had went to St Joe's, I would have just been with. Not that I was ever going to go to St Joe's, like, but I would have been just with my mates, so you'd no exposure to other people from other backgrounds, other communities. And one of the big things going to St Malachy's, I don't know what it's like now. I don't think it's as bad. It was quite the snobby of the school.
It is a bit like
it's a wee bit upper class, like
affluent, isn't it?
It was like all people from like
upper Antrim Road.
Upper Antrim Road, Glen, Cormley, Keeve Hill, Glen Avey, Crumlin would have been the big ones, and you'd have got wee pockets from like the New Lodge and Ardown, and a couple of people from Marcus and a couple of people from over west and whatever.
Yeah.
But that was one of the biggest things, biggest eye openers. Me going up there was like seeing the socio-economic difference between people. Like I remember, one of my biggest takeaways from school, me and Pickles used to get tortured for wearing our Max to PE. For wearing like our Max to PE, people used to go, "What are you wearing them for? They're like scummy shoes."
Whenever wearing them, where we come from, that's getting you street cred.
That's proper buddies. Like they're proper paragraph. And he's be constantly going, "You're rocking up and like Golas and Skechers and all," and I'm going, "You're slagging me for wearing a pair of Air Max." Like, see if I had anything with Bubble, used to go,
like if you wore them down the market, you're getting paid off.
If I walked up Friendly Street wearing fucking Skechers on, they wouldn't be on me by the time I get them on the street. But it was mad. It was a real eye opener. So I definitely think not going to St Joe's and getting out of markets a wee bit definitely opens your eyes big time. Whether it be a Catholic Protestant thing, an upper class, lower class thing, whatever, going to school somewhere else and being exposed to these different people from different backgrounds at such a young age, you're kind of like, fuck, we are all very different, but at the same time, like, we're all the same.
All the same
people.
No
difference between
and then it's getting further to your comfort zone.
Definitely.
So your comfort zone was going to St Joe's with all the lads who you'd known, and it's the only people you had known, really. You're getting further to your comfort zone. It's like the first lesson of like
complete strangers.
Getting through their comfort zone is not comfortable, but like if you just stay comfortable,
stick with it,
you're going to stand still forever.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It's like coaching throws me straight out of my comfort zone.
Proper.
Do you know what I mean? Like
you're so used to being on the other end.
Yeah.
Somebody said, "You right project, this is what you're doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, eat this, train this, do this Wednesday." You used to just go sweet, let's go. Now you have to go to somebody else, right? Geraldine, Monday, Tuesday is eat this, but it's weird.
It is, it's different, and then you're having to be the one that prep is massive. Like I always try and prepare for things, mate, because I find when you don't prepare for something, you just end up making a comedy of yourself.
Yeah.
So I try and prep everything, whereas before you were literally showing up, you were a robot. Now you're like, okay, many people in my coaching tomorrow, there's 10 right, okay, what equipment am I going to need? What section of the gym am I going to have them in? I need that flow, and this is with the time on it. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
it has to be
what's
super
what's your cues for the back squat? What's your cues for this? Like, have it all wrote down, mate, and go over it before you go in. So when you're in there, it's like just coming,
just
flowing.
Do you have a newfound appreciation for your coaches in football now that you're coaching?
100%, yeah.
Mate, it's hard. People think you just commit. My dad says to me and my dad argue all the time in the house about who works harder. I'm like, right, you're a window cleaner. If it rains, you don't go to work. I'm like, don't you talk to me about work. And he goes, you just go and stand in that gym and say to somebody, right, push-ups, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, your dad thinks you're a rap counter?
My dad goes, you just go to that gym, go sleep, play pool with pool table in the gym. Says, play pool, say to somebody, right, do another couple of squats, 30 seconds back, and then go home. And then they give you money for it. I'm like, I wish that was my job. It'd be a fucking gift. I was like, you wouldn't have a clue what to do. I'm not saying I could be a window cleaner, I could never work outside, it's fucking freezing.
I know, and your dad's, like, for anyone that doesn't know, obviously your dad's famous in the market.
And the funny thing about it is, my dad's not originally from a market, but he knows everybody.
Was your dad from a market?
My dad's from Newlodge. My mate's from a market.
Oh, that's where the connection is.
My mate and my dad knows everybody in the market.
Oh, your dad's a hero. Your dad's been wife's my man's Wendy's for
years, mate.
Forever?
For years, longer than I've been alive, like.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that's where I get a bit of a work ethic from. My dad, my mate says all the time, when I come in from work, says, you're your dad all over. My dad used to work in Belfast Castle, and when they were getting ready for their wedding, my mate says, my dad used to go to Castle at 6 in the morning, come home 9 o'clock at night, get his dinner, go to bed, back out again. Same as doing the windows. There could be ice outside, Kane does the Mays last year. There could be ice outside, see, as long as it's dry, my dad's out doing the windows, regardless, whether it's freezing, whether any circumstance, as long as it's not raining, my dad's out doing the windows. He was doing the club, the Market Chief Club probably start this year, probably say January or whatever, don't know how long it was. I was actually on my way over to do a 1-to-1 with Jamie Crawford and Lanka, doing the pads, and my wee sister's my dad over, they take nothing serious. They're the most sarcastic people in the world. Everything's a joke, and it does my fucking head in. And me and my brother and sister have a wee group chat. My wee sister wrote in it, ha ha ha, daddy just fell off his ladder. And I went, what? And I replied, what are you talking? I'm sitting outside, and I get in the car, and I was like, what are you talking about? She goes, he fell off his ladder and knocked himself out. I was like, she's full of shit. So I rang my dad, I rang my dad, and he didn't answer, and I rang my ma. I was like, what's the crack? And she's like, well, and I'm like, where are you? And she says, up in the A&E, and I went, what do you mean? And what happened? She goes, your dad fell off his ladder and knocked himself out. I was like, what do you mean?
I'm not laughing at your dad falling off his ladder like that.
I was like, what the fuck? And is he alright? And she's like, yeah, he said it. Or it was patchy ice, and he went to like lean or something, and the ladder came out from underneath him. And he fucking, like, the way your collarbone kind of attaches to your shoulder, and there's like a wee, like ligament tendon that holds that kind of together, like a pair of scissors, and he snapped that, mate, and stuck up. I swear to God, his collarbone was like that. It was like an egg up to about there, and my dad's head, that's where I get it from, my dad's head's big enough. His head was out to about there, he looked like the elephant man, he fell and hurt himself. And I texted my wee sister, I was like, what the fuck, that's not funny.
That's not
and
funny
she
at all.
goes, he still texts back like he's a stupid cunt the other way or something. I was like, our dad's like 50 something, just fell off a ladder, broke his shoulder, knocked himself out, and you're calling him a stupid cunt. I was like, that's not funny.
That's what makes it funny though.
Oh, I was like, that's nothing serious. And my dad's the exact same. Like, my granny and my dad said he was in the hospital there not that long ago, and it was something quite serious, and my ma says to me, he's like, your granny's in the hospital, like, just be wary, you're in your dad. And I was like, right, no sweat. My granny's like 80, my dad came down and then him, yeah, he goes, your granny's in the hospital. And me, what's wrong with her? He was pregnant. I said, are you serious? I was like, that's your own ma, she's not well in the hospital. You're making jokes. But that's just it. Me and my ma are the same. Me and my ma are two sensitive cunts, mate. I cry at everything. I was in there crying in the gym the other day. I would cry once a week at something. I swear to God, mate, at something on.
I'd love to be able to do that, man.
You'd see like videos of like dogs or like wee stuff of like old people or like anything like that. Man, I'm a sensitive big cunt. I cry at everything.
You must be a nightmare hungover, are you? Do you ever see when you're hungover and you just feel really vulnerable?
You're emotional as fuck.
You cry.
Hangovers make me tired, mate. Hangovers make me really tired, and I found too, like, when I'm hungover, that's when I've kind of ditched. I would never say I had a bad relationship with drink. I just don't. I don't like it. I never had like it, and I didn't realise how much of a toll it was taking on me till I stopped. It would be like, say I went out on a Saturday and I was lying down and I would go on social media and I would see like other coaches in the gym are out walking or putting up content, and I'm lying fucking down, half out of bed on about my third bottle of BPM, and I'm going, that should be me. I'm a waster. Like they are going to overtake.
And there's all them negative thoughts.
All them, and they just go, and even on the Monday and all, still in the gym and in work, like I want me one to get the fear or anything after a night out. If there was anyone that should get it, should be me. I'd fucking carry on bottling nights out, I'd be down doing the worm and all, like something fucking wrong with me, like. And then the Monday and all in the gym, I'll be like, somebody will like look at me for a split second. I'll be like, they must have seen me on Saturday night messing about. Oh,
how bad is that feeling?
It's awful. It's an awful feeling. And people say to me all the time, me and Boy Curtis on the gym talk about it all the time, like it's just not worth it. And don't get me wrong, I like a wee night out every now and again, but like, man, it's just not worth it. It's really, really not. And I don't think people that do it every weekend don't understand the effect it's having on them until you take a bit of time away from it.
Sometimes I always think you have to take yourself out and look at things from like a bird's eye view to realise, because I think it's very hard to make a decision when you're in that heated kitchen. You're not thinking straight. You're not going to make a logical decision anyway. But it's when you come out to go, fuck, Jesus Christ, what was I doing? 100%. Because I done the same thing, mate. Like, I drank way too much for a while, and I'm not saying I had a problem with drinking. No. I certainly didn't. Like, I had an amazing crack. Like, and nothing was ever like went overboard or anything. I would have been out on Saturday and probably would have spilled into like waking up on Sunday down. Right, what's the one thing that's going to take us away? It's another pint, so I'll come back out again. Do you know what I mean? And then I would have just done the same. Went to work, trained, played a game on the Saturday, went out and a drink. And like, I wonder what I could have got more out of myself if I had applied myself. Like, see, I don't drink much now, like, but enjoy a pint. Enjoy a pint, a bit of crack, like, but I don't really drink much now. And as you say, that's when I've got a full appreciation of, I enjoy feeling good. 100%. Like, I enjoy having energy. 100%. And like, even now, like, I need to have energy, like, from a child, like,
for your job,
exactly.
For
and like,
everything.
Need to wake up on Monday and need to be fresh. You know what I mean? I'm working full time as well as trying to get into coaching. Do you know what I mean? It's going really well at the minute, but like, I can't go into those days with no energy.
You can't. You need to go in them 100%. You go in subpar, mate. You're gonna feel it, and everybody else is gonna see it too. 100. Especially in the job we're in, coaching. Like, somebody could be coming into you tired and relying on you to uplift them. If you're getting in that state, like, the probability of you retaining them could be quite low. If they're relying on you to lift them up and motivate them, and you're unable to do that as your job, then you're not doing your job. So it's not good, man. I'm off a drinker for 8 months, from January to August, and I'm not gonna say I felt like Superman, like, but I felt good. I think if I had drank a lot more often beforehand, I would have noticed a bigger difference. But like, I think it's such a cultural thing over here. Alcohol is just in absolutely everything.
It's unbelievable.
Even more so football too. Like, I see my mates now play for some mats, and as soon as they play a match, the first thing they do when they go back, straight to the club and a couple of pints. And is that the end of the world? No. If you can have one or two, watch the fucking 5:30 kickoff and go home.
Oh, that's class. That's actually a really good. That's really good culture.
That's an amazing Saturday. But 99% of the people's issue is they can't have their 2 pints and stuff. They have their 2 pints, then a wee vodka comes out, then a wee strawberry daiquiri comes out. Then they go and meet somebody for a wee delivery, and then it's Monday morning and they're sitting in somebody's kitchen going, I was playing a match 2 hours ago. How did this happen? And I think that's the issue. Like, and my man and dad tortured me when I went sober. They were saying to call me all the weirdos a day, and I was like, user weirdos. My man and dad have a drink on a Friday and Saturday, sitting in the kitchen every Saturday. We feel, I couldn't tell you last weekend they didn't do it, and that's their wee thing. They sit in the kitchen, fucking listen to Johnny Hero and U105 and do the quiz and watch fucking Gallo box, and that's just their wee thing. But I'm like, why am I a weirdo for not wanting to do it? I was like, I think user weirdos. Like, it's such a cultural thing over here. Like, I say it all the time. Somebody dies, funeral, you go on a drink. Somebody's born, christened, you go on a drink. Somebody gets married, you go on a drink. Somebody's birthday, you go on it. Any excuse to go on the drink. It's just everything, and it's bred into you from such a young age.
it's unreal, and like different, like it is a cultural thing.
100%.
Because I
That doesn't happen anywhere else.
No, it doesn't. Like we just talking briefly earlier about moving away when I was younger. So moved away. I lived in a house with the first house I moved into was with two Irish lads and an Italian guy. Right?
Is this in America?
No, this was in Scotland.
Scotland.
Two Irish lads and an Italian guy, right? So obviously not allowed out to drink. We were young and 18 now. So we used to wait. The house was like structured like it was one of them big fucking old houses that you pull the windows up, right?
Yeah.
It's a cracking house, like, and my room is at the bottom floor. So we would have pulled the window up like say 11:30. Back ordered the taxi. We had ordered a taxi for the bottom of the road. We're out the window down into Glasgow, fucking trying to get into any bar that's us in. 'Cause we're still only kids, like, and then like see the Irish boys, me and the RT Irish boys, they hit. Like obviously you know the way we grew up drinking.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you're fucking. It hasn't been a good night unless you're fucking literally fucking crawl on the floor. Mate, see the Italian guy. Like, one glass of wine all night.
And that was it.
Legs crossed, sitting like sexy bastard.
Just loving it.
I just. And then all of us just running about like fucking
Black.
Just going.
Yeah, it's not so like
he had as good a night as we had. Next
And
day
he's
he's
fresh.
waking up. He's fresh, making the training now.
They got all them Mediterraneans, mate. They got still a big part of our culture, like France, Spain, Italy, but like they have a couple of glasses of wine or dinner, and go home. The issue over here is how can I get drunk as fast as possible to so called have fun, and then the next day you go, what did I do it for?
Yeah, 100%. You spend 150 quid easily.
Easy,
and you've got to this level so like early in the night, and you're just trying to how long can I stay here for?
Can I maintain?
You're gonna fall soon, like, but I'm just gonna keep going.
Just keep pushing. It's awful, mate.
It is a culture thing. There's a massive like drinking culture, as you say, in sport as well. And when it's like controlled, it's unreal because like for me,
that's it. When it's controlled, it's unreal. It's the same
environment.
as a lot of things. Like, is a McDonald's overly good for you? No, but it's fucking great. It's pure chemicals and it's pure dog food, but it's great.
Yeah.
In moderation, is it the end of the world? No. But if you're having a McDonald's every single day, it's a bit of an issue. Same as drinks. Even you can have a couple of pints, go out, mess about, act aged, go home, wake up Sunday morning relatively fresh and good. You're fine. But just like we were saying, it's such a cultural thing that nobody can do that. Nobody can do
especially not like we would have grew up in the same. All right, with 6 year difference, like, but we would have been doing the same thing. So you and your mates drinking walk away.
100%. My first drink, 14. I was 14 in the Markets Park. I got
over in the corner.
Yep. And a pitch.
Where the Sure Start is now. Yep. Like right up in the corner. Yep. So we were the same.
14 minutes, and it was June. I got a quarter bottle of Glen's Valga in the Strand and a big bottle of 50p cream soda and pennies. Poured some of my cream soda out. Full quarter bottle, but that's
it.
I was black. I remember I was dancing and falling all over Markets Park. I was stinking, and I get dragged over like fucking Jesus on the way to cross the Mel Larkin's house into his kitchen, and Mel was filling me full of glass of water.
That is not a hero.
I remember lying crying. I was like,
she's a lovely woman.
Don't tell my man that. Don't tell my man that. And I still think this day she never told my man that. I was lying crying, snorters tripped me and all that. So don't be the other man. I mean, I was just like, I was 14. That's so young, man. And kids now are even doing it younger.
That's madness.
It's mad. It's mad.
14, I think I had my first drink at about that.
And I was one of the last ones to start. Big D and Pickles. You got a box of Coors. They were the first ones that they all our mates to drink, and I remember looking at them going,
and do you know what?
Fucking nuts.
See, when you're at age and you're drinking beer, like, you're fucking hard.
You're hard, man, mate. You're hard.
Because
well, this day I don't like beer.
Do you still not like beer?
No, mate. If you bought...
What do you drink?
Cocktails or whiskey?
Cocktails.
Or cider. Love a cider, mate.
So you started drinking cider, and then I don't know, by the time I was like maybe early 20s, I loved the beer, like.
Did you?
Oh, I loved the pint.
I drank more beer when I went off a drinker than anything, because it's only very few things you can get 0%. So I was going out and made that. Before I went off a drink, I had a really bad hangover New Year's Eve, and though every hangover you get to go, oh, I'm never drinking again. I let you remember in my house like this going, I'm never drinking again ever, and done the 8 months with it. So any nights out and hanging on, or even wee golf days and whatever, the only thing places have is 0% beer. So I was like, I don't want to be a weirdo, I'll drink something.
Just to have something.
Oh,
just to be so.
I literally remember sitting with like a 0% Heineken going, this is fucking like piss, this is stinking. Tried Heineken, tried Peroni. Then again, because I never drank it growing up, I never warmed myself to the taste of it. Then I started getting the taste for it a wee bit, and I was like, even still now, I'll drink a Corona or two if you put it in front of me, but I would never go out of my way to get a beer. I've never had a pint pour from me.
Are you an Irishman that's never drank a pint of Guinness?
Yep. Have
you even had a wee half pint?
Had a sip of one.
Right, so, because a lot of people do that, have a sip. You can't have a sip of Guinness. Like for me, to give it a good go, you need to go out and drink it for one night. Right?
Just force yourself.
Stomach it, because I was saying this to Molly a couple of years ago. Good friend of mine got married in Cork, and we were down in Cork for the wedding. So he's originally from Cork, lives in England, but he come home to get married. So we come down we spent 4 days down there, brilliant crack. But you're in Cork, mate, and you're in one of the wee local bars. His after wedding
500 years old.
And mate, do you know, just a proper pub. The pint of Guinness was fucking unbelievable. Like,
can you taste the difference in Guinness in different places?
100%.
Can you?
Yeah.
How do you think people put that on?
That's fact, mate.
Is
That's complete fact. Like, for me, no bar should have an excuse to pour a shit pint of Guinness. It's the head of laziness or like a lack of hygiene in their dishwashers. I don't know. It's just fucking, it's annoying. Like, but I was like, here, try it. You'll not try one. I was saying to Molly, try one. Because you don't have a pint of beer and all. Like, she's not a big drinker at all, but she could drink beer. Try it, and she was like, she tasted it. I mean, this was the best pint of Guinness in the world I'd ever seen. And she was like, that's fucking stinking. And I said, you will never like Guinness, ever. No, she's not a Guinness person. Do you know what I mean? She thinks that unbelievable pint stinking. She's never going to drink it. Like it. But like, it depends where you're trying it. So like, say if you're trying it in like, let's say a cafe, like a cafe bar. Do you know what I mean? Like what do you call that big fucking place in the town? This is how much I don't go there anymore, mate. I'm not even fucking up the date on the ends.
In Belfast?
Like say like Cafe Vaudeville.
Is that AM the PM? Facing Athens?
See bars like that, you'll very rarely get a good pint of Guinness in it. You need to go into Madden's, Cali Cellars or Bells.
Kitchen bar or Bells. That seems to be
the kitchen's okay for pints, but I don't think the kitchen does a good pint of Guinness. But you're better going around the corner and get one of Bells. And you need to drink it for a night just to give it a go.
The thing I hear about it is it needs to be a consistently used tap. So it needs to constantly be running. That's what I hear on TikTok and whatever. And see, saying that, funny enough, see the sip of Guinness I had, it was down in Dublin. We were in a wee bar, me and wee Jay. It was actually a year ago or last week. We went down to see Dig a D down in Dublin. And we went for a Bunsen and then done a wee bit of a bar crawl, and me and him were sitting talking about Guinness, and he was like, I would love to try Guinness. And me and him, he bought the pint, he took a swig of it, near took a heart attack. I took a swig of it. If there was less people in the bar, I'd have spit it out. I was like, that's fucking stinking. And now all BJ drinks is Guinness.
Is that right? Who's this? Jay Collins?
BJ Collins.
The legend.
Me and him had that Guinness, and let's see, your woman like looked at us to say why he's not drinking. It was 2 sips top out of tablet, and he said it was stinking, and I said it was stinking, and now he puts a Guinness away, loves a Guinness now.
He loves it. It's different drunk too, mate.
Aye.
Oh, it's a different drunk. Yeah.
Aesthetically, I would love to like one. I think they're class looking, mate. Pitch black and a big head. I think they look class, and I think there's something very manly about it. I would love to sit by Guinness and put one away, but
just not for you.
I don't know, mate.
Listen,
you're a cider.
And plus you're off a drink anyway, man. So
I know. Well, back when I had one, I was off it for 8 months, and I was going to Ibiza. Ibiza was a funny thing. I was going to myself, I'll go to Ibiza sober, no sweat. Our flight was at 6:30 in the morning, so we were in the airport for about 3. As soon as I went in the door of the airport, straight in, like a bar, had 2 pints of Orchard Thieves, and I remember sitting there, me and Jack Dignam were talking, and I was like, I'm just not there. I was like, I'm knowing your head gets all like, I'm fucking steaming. And then it dawned on me, I was like, that's the longest I've probably been off a drink from I started drinking 10 years ago, and I was 14.
So like it was as if your body had no tolerance
for me starting drinking again.
100%.
The big skinny glasses, the Orchard Thieves. I had 2 of them in a Lagan bar. I remember getting on the flight and going, you feel all fuzzy, and I was like, I'm just not there.
It's that pure, that buzz that you got.
I was like, this is fucking mental. I was just like, I'm blocked. But I'll never be a beer drinker, I don't think. I love a cocktail, man.
Cocktail's nice in the sun, like.
Oh, cocktails are
I started drinking probably one of them ones. I went to Mexico and come back and thought it was fucking Mexican. So it was up in the vineyard buying all the fucking bespoke tequilas and all.
Were you?
And there's like I was finding out there was sipping tequilas and there was tequilas that you
all
could
different
pour in.
types.
So like for fucking months and months, like all I was drinking was tequila
Were you?
with a lime wedge.
Great.
Just shot of tequila by the ice lime wedge.
Great, was it?
Fucking unbelievable. And then obviously it was giving you some buzz. It was like
Blood transfer.
I mean we were just running about like what the fuck is this?
This is mad.
Aye.
This is different.
And then that's all we drank when we were away on holiday. And then when we come back, we was drinking a flat out. Up until I think the Molly got pregnant and I went in solidarity with her and
Well, she
stopped drinking. I was like, and it wasn't even by choice. It was just like,
happened.
I remember sitting there like 5 minutes in, I barely drink.
Aye.
And she's like, I know you haven't.
Just didn't weren't the environment for
She
it.
would always say to me, here, why don't you have a few drinks? You know, I've got the Saturday night or something.
Uh-huh.
Here, have a few drinks here. And I was like, that'd be grand.
Yeah, put me annoyed.
Aye.
That's me with whiskey too. I remember working in the waterfront and people used to be real whiskey snobs and where's this from and all this here. And I used to go, why are you getting on like you can taste the difference? And from I've started drinking whiskey, I've been kind of like such a big difference
100%.
between the three of them, between like American Scotch or American Scotch and Irish. As people used to ask, no, but I used to go, why are you getting on like that? You fucking weirdo.
You have no clue. Stop pretending that you don't know.
Literally, like, and then I started drinking whiskey, and then I remember lifting a bottle of Bales or something one day. It was Scotch whiskey, and I was like, whiskey's whiskey. And I took one drink out of it, and I was like, that's fucking disgusting. I was like, that's stinking. And then I remember going to the Telegraph building, and they only have Jack Daniels. And I remember drinking Jack Daniels as well, going, this isn't the whiskey I'm used to. This is fucking stinking. I think this is brutal. And then whiskey blows a fucking Trunksy too, like, but
oh, mate.
It blows a Trunksy.
I started drinking whiskey as like a nightcap.
Did you?
So see from McGuinness's to my Messi's, like honestly, birdie made it across the road.
Oh,
like you're sitting there, alright, you're drunk, like, but I was like, I'll have a wee nightcap before I go home here. And he was having that Jameson ginger ale.
Great.
Incredible, mate.
Lethal, mate.
But I couldn't go out and drink it all night because it was when I was going out when I started drinking the tequila. Like honestly, mate, it was a wax machine after half an hour. And I was like, right, I need to calm that down. Like I can't drink out all night.
I think that's what going sober for so long done me. Like I used to go out and get black, mate. I used to drink like fucking near 10 glasses of Jameson, and I used to be black, mate. Pure wax machine, talking pure shit, running about like an idiot. And then these last couple of times I've went out from I've got home from Ibiza, I've got that next wee phase, but I'm not. See, once I feel myself starting to get like a wee bit wavy, I'm like, right, relax.
That's a sign of maturity, mate.
I'm getting there, mate.
You're getting way.
Just that feeling of getting that drunk, I'm like, there's no benefit to it. Like, there's really not.
You're, what was it? I was talking to Lenny on that's the course. I was talking to him and he said something that like stuck to me. He was like, you're just borrowing happiness from tomorrow, and I was like, that's fucking unreal.
It's so true, mate.
How true is that?
It's so true.
Like you're running about buzzing. It's great crack, but
you're going to pay for it tomorrow.
Yeah, you're going to be in a bad way tomorrow.
100%.
And then see when you get past about, I think about 26, like from when I got there about 26 onwards. People say when you hit your 30s, fuck me, the hangovers are horrendous.
I've noticed it already, mate. Like I used to go to Thompson's on a Thursday, like 14 or something on a Friday, and then like wherever my mates were going the Saturday. I used to go out on a Thursday night and go in the tap on Friday morning. Wasn't a phase me. Wasn't a bad at an eyelid. And then now if I go out on a Saturday, it's Tuesday or something before I'm alright again. And I'm like, surely this only gets worse.
And then you probably, like you planned your life around your nights out, didn't you? Because I mean I think we all did, like. And then I would have flew home, right? Like there was nights where I flew home to go to Funk.
On a Wednesday?
On a Wednesday. Yeah. Because all my mates were going to Thompson's. Flew home, went to Thompson's with my mates, and then took the business flight the next morning back to Glasgow. Do you know what? Like 6 a.m. flight, like the real early one. Like and then
straight from Thompson's straight to the airport.
Got my car and drove the train in.
That's mad.
Like I done that a couple of times. Like that's fucking horrendous thinking about it. Why was I doing that?
Was that when you were over at Celtic?
When I was away playing football.
Yeah, I'd certainly want to touch on a wee bit more. What was it like being over? Did you meet first team appearances?
No, mate. Look, listen, I had an amazing experience, but like I wasn't good enough to play for the first team. That's just fact. So. I would always like, and I don't know. I think we're maybe like this. We always like play it down. Like no matter what we achieve, we tend to play it down. 100%. Whereas like if you look at the likes of just different cultures, like take America for example, they'll sing from the rooftops when they're doing things well.
I think it's from where we're from too. Like console not be long to cut you down, like, and not in a nasty way, but like people keep you kind of level headed, like people not let you get ahead of yourself. Like.
Yeah, they do, mate. And it was actually funny. We've been talking about drinking for the last 20 minutes, but it needs addressed, doesn't it? But yeah, so when I was away, mate, it was an amazing experience. Like, I went from 16 to 19. I was effectively going back and forth from Saturday from I was 15 before I moved over at 16. Just went up for the age groups and then played for like every age group up. The reserves would have been under 20s, like, and we would have trained with the first team then again whenever they needed numbers, like, do you know what I mean? Just fucking use you as a mannequin, like, come on over. And but like for me, I was buzzing, like Celtic fan, so it was a big deal for it was a big deal for me and my family. Like, if you obviously don't know if you know my dad well, like, but like, you probably never meet a bigger Celtic. You'll never meet a bigger Celtic fan in your life.
Was that massive for your dad? You know where?
I think that was huge for him. Like, it was just a wee quick one before I go. Was just coming to my head before I was talking about the Celtic thing. So about 2 years previous, I was playing for Clintonville, and Rangers had contacted my manager at Clintonville, inquiring about me, right? I would be matching Paddy, blah blah blah, for the last load of weeks, and all they were interested, and they're like, and it wasn't like we're going to bring him over in a couple of weeks. It was just they were inquiring about the interest, and then obviously he had phoned us. My manager had phoned us and said, look, Rangers was on the phone, and my dad was like, what? They just didn't speak. You know? Whereas my man would take the approach like, it's his choice, it's his career, and blah blah blah. And listen, before we went any further, like, I mean, I was also a massive Celtic fan. That was never happening. Yeah, I was never going to go to Rangers. I couldn't give a fuck if it was the last club. It was the only club they ever came in for me. It wasn't going to go, like. No. But it was funny to see my dad's reaction, man. Like, incredible. Because he had always said the first club that I went across and had trials at was Man United, and he always says, like, he was obviously buzzing, but he was like, this is just, I remember him saying to me, this is a stepping stone till you get to the big club. He obviously just referring to Celtic, and then a year later that happens. So when I moved over, it was unreal. Dreaming the first time a few times. After the first year, there's two different like training grounds. I don't know if it's still the same now, but we trained at Barfield, but obviously old training grounds. So like, do you know Martin O'Neill Celtic, like Larson and all, they all would have trained there. Get changed to Celtic Park and then drove down there and get changed. So we trained there for the first year and a bit, and then you moved to Lennoxtown, and your dressing room's down the corridor from the first team dressing room. And they're sharing the same canteen, the same
you're seeing all these players.
So you're in that environment, and then it was being involved in that environment for a couple of years. It really taught me most things that I've learned, to be honest, in terms of like high performance and stuff that I'm bringing into my coaching at the minute. You know, about standards and looking after smaller details, and because it's like an experience that not many kids from like the market will get. So I also know how fortunate I was to be able to do that, and I put the work in. That's what got me there. Like, I'm not one of these ones that goes, I didn't work, I didn't deserve it. Like, I worked harder than most, mate. I worked harder than
stuff most. Like that just doesn't happen. You don't go where like only people from a market that really had any professional experience across the waters you can get them.
Yeah, and even then I didn't reach the level Gavin did. It was he's took a different route, but Gavin's done unbelievably well.
That's an invaluable experience, and like you were saying, you probably play that down off all that, like, but that's massive.
You probably do, but again, remember I said, like, we're kind of like that, and I would be like that as well. Like, I would always kind of, I would tend to talk about my failures more than my successes.
Did you play for Celtic? You go, no, reserves. And like,
I'll instantly go, no, I didn't play for Celtic. I played for their academy, because it's two different things, really. Like, Celtic's the first team in my view. Do you know what I mean? And I wasn't good enough and didn't get that.
You're down,
but
like,
I had a fucking go. Do you know what I mean? I had a go at it. Like, I got a wee glimpse of an experience, like. And it was at the end of the season, and the first team were going down to play Norwich in England, and we were playing for the under 18s at Barfield the week before, and it was John Kennedy he's the assistant manager at Celtic now, but he was our coach at the time in the youth team, and he had pulled a few of us after that game and says that we thought we were getting a ball again. I thought I was getting scooped for going money in they too, but he had said listen, these are travelling down with the first team to Norwich at the weekend, one of them ones. And I remember just fucking the arsehole going like that. And I was like, brilliant, happy days. So I phoned my man Dan, they obviously first thing they did was going on book flights, and
did this straight over.
We travelled down with the first team, so got a wee glimpse. It was as if I got a wee taste of what it could have been like. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what you could have had.
Did you go down and play against Norwich?
So we went down and travelled again they had a charter flight and you weren't going through the security at the airport. You were getting picked up on a coach on the runway and going to the airport and stuff like that, or going to the hotel, and then driving in was an experience too. You're driving in as a friendly mate, but you know, Celtic are fucking huge. And like it was 25,000 in it. Like it was in their Norwich Stadium, isn't anywhere near Celtic Park, so it was like probably nearly filled it. I don't know what the capacity was, but it was a big deal anyway. And got to go off the bus and the supporters are laying in the roads and all those things you got there. Like Celtic is a massive club and it's only a friendly, but they brought some crowd to that game. And then I can't remember how long, I'm sure I could check it up, but I can't remember how long it got, like, but it must have been about 10-15 minutes to go. And Neil Adam was the manager, and he turned around and goes, go and warm up. I wasn't even sure if he knew my name, like, but he was like, go and warm up, and I went down to warm up, and like fucking I'm a wee skinny fucking 17-year-old and everyone's fucking
that's
and then it came on and played, and I remember just not being able to hear anything, and then I was like, fuck, footballers, my respect for first team footballers wanted to hear. It's like, how can I communicate to each other? You can't hear anything. It's just pure and maybe I'm for the nerves as well. I think something brought about 6,000 that game, like supporters. And then do you know when that really kicked off? Do you know Don't Sell McCourt? Don't Sell Paddy McCourt. Paddy McCourt played in that game, and so I can't remember how long I played or if I even touched the ball, mate. But I was running about the pitch like a header anyway. Do you know what I mean? And then I've got the shirt in the house and it's framed in my man's house and all. So I got a wee tiny glimpse of it, but no, I certainly wasn't good enough to.
But that's probably something you dreamed of as a kid that you probably never thought you'd experience. Like, you played for Celtic, regardless of how long or short it was. Like, you played a professional game for Celtic. Nobody else from where you're from, especially the affiliation with Celtic growing up where we grew up, and the religious obviously fucking connotation of it, and even just supporting. Like, not that I'm a footballer, I have 2 left feet, man. Fucking Lieutenant Dan from Forest would be better than me at football. I'm sick, but that's like me playing for Arsenal. Like, I would be like, I would just stand in the centre circle and just go, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, and that's just mad, like, to come from where we're from. Like, even the how small the markets is, like, if you, Gavin, George McMullen's Climball legend, like, and any of the other athletes that have come out of markets, for such a small area, Belfast is small, Northern Ireland's small, Belfast is small, the markets is tiny compared to, like, the likes of the Shankill, Ardoyne, Strand, even, like, they're all big areas. It would produce a wee bit of talent, like.
I know, I think there's a population of 2,500 people in the market.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's mad, like.
So, and there's, as you say, there's not, and there's so much talent, like, and that's, like, I hope that's not the end of it. I hope kids go on to achieve way more than what we did. You know what I mean?
Big time.
Honestly, it wouldn't make me, nothing would make me happier.
Yeah.
I would just love for, like, more opportunities to come.
Big time.
Do you know what I mean?
Big time. It's growing up where we grew up. Obviously, it's not people have a different mindset, like, connotation in the markets. Like, I'll always refer to Ellie's dad. Ellie used to work in lobbies, and her dad used to drop her in the market, drop her into work, and used to drive past the markets. And he said to her one time, "See you in there. Don't you ever go in there about the markets." She was like, "Well, where is it?" He's like, "Just see if you ever hear you're in a party or something in there, you're dead. Don't ever go in there." And the first time I ever met him, I was like, "What's your crack with markets? What do you like a markets for?" He goes, "You're all fucking mental. People don't like the markets. It's like the Rio de Janeiro favelas. Like, it's fucking nuts." But it is a wee bit nuts, and like, you can go down 1 or 2 avenues. You can go down a bit of scheming and do whatever some people in the markets do, or you can go down a bit of a route that me and you went down, and not saying we're super duper fucking successful, but go down an honest living and show kids from where we're from that you can achieve these heights of things without going down at our avenue.
I have to cut out the fucking hour and a half I spoke about drinking.
But like you said when you were over in England, like, growing up where we were from benefited you. Being a bit thick skinned, being able to slag, being able to kind of immerse yourself in these environments, like, it 100% has its benefits.
It does.
Growing up the way we grew up.
And then that opinion of the outside as well, like, it actually couldn't be further from the truth.
Literally.
Like, it couldn't be. Like, all I see when I think about growing up in the market is, like, community.
Big time.
Like, your mates, like, I mean, talk about, like, see your mates that you grew up with, right? I know all your mates, you just fucking all great lads, but then so were all my mates. Do you know what I mean? And then that's a consistent thing. But you get one or two people that, you know, maybe take the wrong route, but sure, you get that everywhere. No matter where people are from.
Where you're from, mate.
Yeah, it's not, but it does get, sometimes areas like ours can get a bad rap, but not for the right reasons.
No, definitely not. Like, community is a big part of what you said there. I remember years ago, we used to meet outside the park, Colin McNally used to play around or something, remember?
Like,
and even the summer scheme, you remember working the summer scheme and all when we were younger, like, there was just, even the tournament and all over in that pitch, and like, there was always something going on, and everybody knows each other, and like, it's nice. Like, I definitely feel like you get this in the more working class areas, like so Market, Strand, Ardoyne, New Lodge, like, everybody, there's a sense of community now. I feel like it is starting to die out a wee bit, unfortunately, but when we were all growing up, like, you would have went to Friendly Street and there'd be a squad of people around about. Then you would have been up the park and people would have been playing football. Then there would have been people running up and down my street. Somebody would have been playing fucking pitchy round the side of Dalton's. There was just always a buzz and all people going on, and like a real sense of community. And it's sad to see that kind of die out a wee bit now, like, but it definitely has such a big, it shapes you.
It does.
To kind of where we are now, big team.
100%. I loved it. Like,
same. That's why, like,
change anything.
You said before we came in about moving out of the markets. It literally depends on the day. Sometimes people ask me, like, I would love to live in my house that I live in now. I would love to buy it off my man and dad and stay in it. And then sometimes you see kind of the bad side of it and go, I hate my kids to grow up here. I want out of here. It literally depends on the day whether I want to grow up or not. It's mad.
Yeah, I just think I think you get the best of both worlds. So obviously, like, I had a brilliant upbringing, but then I had brilliant parents.
Yeah, big.
Do you know what I mean? So and so do you.
Yeah.
So, but if you've got that good, like, you've got that stable home.
Yeah, it's massive.
Growing up with all your mates, because when you grow up in a wee small community like that as well, like, you and your mates are with each other like 24/7. Your mates are a big deal in your life, like, aren't they?
Big time.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas, like, do you ever see now, like, I mean, I can't get over it, like, now, like, kids, like, you have to arrange play dates for kids to play with each other. What the fuck?
It's character building, mate. See a day like that, Lyson going around doing a lap of markets to call for all your mates and nobody's allowed out.
No,
it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. Nobody's allowed out, or somebody's doing their homework, or somebody's having their dinner. You do a lap of markets and come home soaking, nobody's going out. Now kids just go, you going out? Yes, no, yes. As soon as I get the house, I'm outside. And like,
too easy for them.
Easy, mate.
It is. It's too easy. They don't have to do. There's no effort.
No character building there at all.
There isn't.
No, like, even my mates' houses now. There's very few of my mates' houses that I'll rap the door. I'll just walk in like it's my own house. We all done that when we were younger. Like, and like, it's just weird how all these small things they got just kind of like die out. It's
generational thing.
Big team.
It's a cultural switch in general. It's not just one area. That's
like, across the board. Like,
that's across the board. 100%.
Big team.
Like, personalities now are. I'm not saying no one has a personality. I'm not saying that, like, at a certain age, because that sounds quite like you're seeing old people go, kids have no clues.
Yeah, literally.
It's nothing like that there, like,
but it's true. My kids have no social skills now.
They don't.
Kids communicate through your
there, and like, imagine us growing up like that, and then getting to an age, right, go and take that class, like, go and be able to, like, articulate a message to people, make it as, like, simplified for them, like, and like, be the one that shows authority and is like, how can you do all that if you haven't grew up the way we grew up?
Big
know what I mean?
I would never change my upbringing in a heartbeat. If I got the chance to do it again, I would do it exactly the way the way it was. Growing up where we did. I was kind of the transitional generation where technology had came out, like social media and all, but it wasn't, like, not that it wasn't cool, but it just wasn't common. Like, I remember Beagle. Were you the Beagle generation? I remember my big brother having Beagle and I was down for Beagle. But even that, like, people would have, like, done like an hour in Beagle at night time, but you still would have went out and ran about and played ladders and 2-man hunt and fuck and everything. Whereas, and then we were like kind of PlayStations and all, but even still, like, we'd run about all day and then went home and played the PlayStation.
And then played the PlayStation.
Whereas now it's home from school, PlayStation, and don't cross the door.
100%. Me leaving primary school was going to the school pitch, didn't even go home. Just put my jumper and my school bag down behind the big Gaelic net and just made head chats for hours.
All day.
Just left and right feet. Just head chats in the
all day.
Play knockouts.
Aye.
And then go into the house, get a bit of grub.
Get your dinner.
Your man's forcing you to get a shower, and then you're playing the PlayStation. That was me. What a simple life.
It's so simple.
Isn't it?
And at the time you thought you had it so tough, man.
You did alright, but then going away, like, I was well travelled by the time I was 20, like, and just travelled to so many different countries, and I basically travelled all of Europe, and then was able to go to like the likes of Abu Dhabi to play football tournaments and all, and things they got there.
Yeah.
But like, 100% convinced that because I grew up in a working class community where people are social and you're out and you're getting tested, like, you know,
even fighting, you were fighting.
I was going to say, like, fighting, like, you're growing up, you're getting put in the way I look at it, it's not that one fight that you had with that one person. It's the situation that you get through into.
Yep.
And if you were able to handle it, you're going to be able to handle it in 10 years' time. The situation
100%.
might look different. It may not be a fist fight with someone, but it might be an argument with someone that you have to go in and back yourself up in.
100%.
Or in an environment where you're getting into a load of English lads or a load of Scottish boys and you're away abroad and missing your man and all those type of things. Without growing up the way we did,
if you weren't exposed at such a young age, you're not going to learn that at 16, 17.
You're going to crumble, mate.
100%.
You're going to crumble.
100%. Last thing I want to touch on before we split, you won the league, Clinville, didn't you?
Yes, I was spent the season, most of the season on loan that year. Yeah.
Where to?
No, so I was contracted to Celtic.
And they were back to Clinville.
Yeah.
Right. And you won the league, Clinville. Tommy Brazen, the manager at the time?
Yes, Brazzy was the manager. Yeah.
Who was all playing for Clinville at the time? Boise and Georgia and all still?
Joe and Boise would have been playing up front. Yes. Chris Cannell was there. He had just had a bad injury. He was still there as a player. Chris is fucking obviously a legend in Clinville. Like, he was still there, but he had a bad injury. So was Joe and Boise that would have been playing, and then like Jamie McGovern and Mark Smith would have been playing centre half. Ryan Catney and Janty would have been playing midfield. George McMullen was playing right back. Tomas Cosgrove was coming through as well. Tomas is around about my age, a wee bit older. Like, Tomas is going to have a fucking brilliant career. He's flying now, like playing in Europe and stuff with Lauren. And so, trying to think of who else. Like, the team is a fucking joke.
Almost one of the best Clinville teams of all time.
In my lifetime, supporting Clinville, that was the best team I've seen.
100%.
Which is why I didn't play many games. Like, I was still only a kid in hindsight. I thought I should have been playing more. I don't know, many times I knocked Brazzy's door and said, why the fuck am I not playing for? Looking back,
at the team,
I had no fucking right to be doing that. One, I wasn't experienced enough, and I wasn't ready to be playing in front of those players. Do you know what I mean? So I was just happy to come in and play games whenever people were injured and stuff, and that's what kind of happened. But
you scored for Clinville?
I scored my first goal for Clinville. Of course.
All headers.
I've scored one goal in my feet.
Have you? All the rest headers?
All the rest, but just scoring from corners or free kicks. So I scored away at the Oval when we were playing the Glens one night, beating them 3-0. I think I scored the first goal.
Only goal you ever scored with your feet?
No, I scored a header that night. I 1-0. I can tell Ed Morris because he was a fucking brilliant goalkeeper.
Was he?
For the Glens. It was a cracker. It's probably the best header I've scored as well. Like.
Was it?
It was just booted in the top corner. Like. Didn't score many of them, like, but
I
was a proud moment because it's well supporting Celtic. Like, I went to Clinville games all the time as a kid. Like, so Clinville were a big deal and meant a lot to me. Like, so.
Was that the only time you won the Irish League? Did you win the Irish League anywhere else?
No, mate. I won the championship with Lauren, and then I won the championship with Portadown, but I didn't win the Irish Premiership ever again. Like, but I won the experience. Getting that experience so early on as well, like. Playing like in a dressing room, it was just pure men.
Yeah.
So I think it was one of the last in like my generation, we were like probably the last generation to like just be like from that old school football culture.
Just hard and tough as fuck.
The dressing room is so fucking good. Like, just players like Janty and Georgie and all, like Chris Curran. Like,
I'm gonna try and get Georgie on. I need to text Georgie. Georgie, if you're watching this, you're coming on.
I need to get him on.
I'm getting Steve was gonna say to him and get him to come on. Georgie would have some good stories about the Irish League and all.
He was incredible. Like, I learned loads from him. Like, he probably wouldn't even know us. Like, but like, just he was a captain, and like he just led in a way that like was different. Like, there's no way you hear we're captain and you think people are about shouting like fuck. Like, he wasn't like that. Like, he just led by example on the pitch. And like when he did speak, then you knew to sit the fuck down and listen, because he didn't just say things for the sake of saying them. Do you know what I mean? And then Georgie was Clinville daft too, like.
Clever
Do you know what I mean?
brain, man.
So he was a fucking pleasure to play with. I actually wish I had got to play with him longer and I had been more experienced because I think I would have appreciated him a wee bit more. But learned like when I was a captain of Portadown there a couple of seasons ago, and like I'd obviously been flipped from that role of being a kid and just trying to soak it all up to being the one that had to kind of be one of the leaders in the dressing room, and like just watching the way he operated, like definitely.
Do you want to get back to football or what's
I miss it, like I do. Listen, I miss playing on Saturday. I miss competing. I miss that sort of getting butterflies.
I get that wee buzz.
But just we'll see what happens. I haven't retired, like, and I had a few opportunities to go back in the summer. So I did, but I just didn't take any and all. And see what happened. My life's too busy. So that year was mental. Obviously having the baby, buying a house, and all that comes with all that, because that doesn't come without stress.
No,
like,
100%.
and then if I can give you a bit of advice, is don't do them both in the same year.
No, don't plan on it.
No, it's not.
It's a lot to take on board. Like,
spread that shit out. Like,
definitely.
But yeah, probably. Listen, I wouldn't rule it out, but
just see what happens.
I'll see what the crack is. I'm happy, mate. I've got a lovely wee family, lovely gaff. Like I'm in a good place. I'm coaching.
Never, mate. What a life.
I'm just chilling, mate. Nothing. It wasn't what it was like when you were early 20s. Like I want to be fucking loaded. I want to have all this. None of that shit matters, man.
No, mate.
So you're comfortable.
Wee thing I seen. We'll end on this. It was something. It was like a wee story. It was like a wee proverb kind of thing. And it was like American businessman meets a South American fisherman, and the fisherman catches 10 fish a day, sells them in the fish market the next day, and then see me again the next day, and then the American business owner says, why don't you hire another staff member, get 20 fish, sell them, scale your business, grow so that you can retire and just chill with your feet up and fish all day. And your man basically says, you want me to do all these things, I probably butchered this, like, to do all these things to just completely revert back to the position I'm in. He says, I'm happy now. I don't need to chase these big lofty heights that are inevitably going to cause me so much stress to get me back to where I am now. I was like, my measurement of success isn't money, it's happiness. He says, I enjoy doing this, chilling out, doing what I do, catch a couple of fish, make a couple of quid, get by, have my house, have my family, have all these things. And for me to scale that and blow that up, just
because that comes without stress.
100%.
Yeah, unbelievable. Like that's
big thing.
fucking.
It's mental. I mean, it's just like
preaching it.
Definitely.
And then you're 24 and you're thinking like already you're going in the right direction. Like.
Hopefully so, mate. Just need this fucking podcast to blow up. Get me out of the ghetto. Get me out of the ghetto as fuck. But mate, I appreciate you coming on. I really, really, really do. I would be more than happy to get you back on again sometime in the future. I wish you all the best coaching with a child, with everything. And yeah, that's it. We've touched on everything you did. Definitely like an hour and a half flies it. Could have sat and spoke for ages, like, and I say it's for every episode, but like it is. I love doing this thing of getting people on, especially people from the markets, and leaving this kind of foundation for kids coming out of where we're from or areas similar to kind of go, fuck, I could chase a bit of a dream here and see where we end up.
100%.
Have to go down the paths that are already kind of semi-built for me because of where I'm from. You can somewhat make it out like and do something different.
Couldn't agree more, man. And thanks for having me.
Yes, appreciate it.
Pleasure, mate. And just here, I'll keep doing your thing, mate. You're putting yourself out there.
Definitely, somebody has to. What we like me, I was always a weirdo growing up, mate. One be like me to do something different.
Nah, keep doing it, man. Do you know what I mean?
Appreciate it. If you haven't already, again, thank you for watching. If you've watched this far, like the video, share it, give me a wee tag. Any feedback again is always taken on board constructively, and keep your eyes peeled for the next one.